Hi, welcome to Maction Planet, I'm Mac, and welcome to the 5th annual Tokyo Yakult Swallows Crew, Platinum Crew, Merchandise Goods unboxing. It seems like just 4 years ago that I started my annual tradition of removing poorly made Swallows merchandise from a box on camera, recreating the final scene from the film Seven, but worse.
California, stay away from here. Stay away from here now. Don't come in here.
Because that was a movie, and this is my actual terrible life. Speaking of decapitations, let's talk about the Tokyo Yakult Swallows' 2020 season. The start of the season was delayed due to the COVID-19 global pandemic and finally began on the 19th of June 2020 with no fans allowed into stadia. The way things went in that game is literally a perfect microcosm of the entire 2020 season. Starting pitcher Ishikawa went 5 innings and left the game with a 6-3 lead for the Swallows. Alas, the Swallows' relief wasn't quite up to the task of maintaining this lead. Umeno gave up 3 runs in the 7th, and then we conceded 2 in the 10th to lose the game to Chunichi at home for the season opener, and that really set the tone for the entire year. However, by some miracle, we actually sat atop the Central League on the 12th of July, and that's when things started to get really bad. Then, because coronavirus had been eradicated in Japan due to uniquely Japanese things like not shaking hands or not wearing shoes in the house or their language being much less expectorant than English, the benevolent authorities decided that they should allow 5,000 fans into the stadia per game. The Swallows' first such game at Jingu was on Friday the 24th of July, and of course you all know this because I made a 48-minute concise documentary about this momentous occasion, the highlight of which was my long and rambling commentary about the renovation works that had taken place at Gayamai Station. One night of note that we must mention was the 15th of August, when Yasuhiro Ogawa pitched a no-hitter against Yokohama, becoming only the 82nd pitcher to do so in MPB history. And for those who care more about statistics than actually winning, most baseball fans, this was indeed a special night in an otherwise terrible abomination of a season. When there's nothing else to believe in hope. And hope I did, holding out belief that we might do well until the disastrous 3-game series at home against the Giants from the 25th to the 27th of August. I didn't even have to look those dates up. They're so ingrained in my memory and something for a therapist to deal with sometime down the line. In fact, to cap it all off, we lost the final game at Jingu 7-3 against Hiroshima.
You tried your best and you failed miserably. The lesson is never try.
For those more concerned with player rosters than actually winning, as if somehow the two are actually connected, most baseball fans, then you'll be pleased to know that we retained Tetsuto Yamada and Ryan Ogawa for the 2021 season. Let's now move on to more positive matters and talk about Maction Planet. The global COVID-19 pandemic completely wiped out my business. Yes, somehow the entire annihilation of my livelihood and that of 10% of the world's population, remember 10% of the planet is engaged in travel or tourism related business, was somehow better than the Tokyo Yakult Swallows' 2020 season. And with lots of time now on my hands, I attended many games at Jingu. Yes, it just gets worse. However, there were real highlights for last year for Maction Planet, including starting online monthly cooking classes, which have been a huge success. I've also upped my YouTube game. We've added 1,000 subscribers to the channel, which represents 40% year-on-year growth, and we had one video hit over 200,000 views. No, not the first game at Jingu video, but actually one focusing on Super Nintendo World. I've also started a new channel, Kanpai Planet, bringing you the world of Japanese drinks, one sip at a time, direct from the heart of Tokyo. And the initial success of that platform has exceeded my wildest expectations. Please go and check that out. youtube.com/KanpaiPlanet. In fact, we're at Kanpai Planet across all social media platforms. I hope to see you there. As you'll see from watching those videos, my presentation and editing skills are now world class, But I don't think I'll bother using those in this video because there's very clearly nobody watching. So without even further ado, let's open a box. All right, let's see what's inside. Brilliant, probably the most valuable thing in this thing actually. Okay, where to begin? Well, given I'm capless, I'm going to open up this cap. So this is the crew cap for this year. And as you can see, the YS logo has these kind of coloured stripes on it. And these stripes apparently represent the history of the club, but also a look to the future. So we've got white and red and blue. In fact, this kind of light blue, which we've played in on and off over the last decades, and a bit of grey as well. And this makes me very happy that there's no green on this cap at all, because if you're a long-term viewer of our unboxings, you know that I think that green has absolutely no place on a Swallows uniform whatsoever. But as always, the club and the players and the fans and pretty much everybody disagrees with me. So as I'm currently capless, I repeat capless, I'll be sticking that on right now to accompany this year's garb, which is an opening day t-shirt from 2012 and this Swallows Happy. A happy is a Japanese traditional jacket which is typically worn in a matsuri, a festival, a time of celebration, which, given that the season hasn't technically started yet, it still is a time of celebration. Okay, what else do we have in here? This year's crew uniform. Let's open it up and take a look. Very excited, again, very happy. Good color scheme. I think I'm going to be very pleased with this. Okay, so what have we got? There we go. Swallows in this kind of the font of success, I called it, I think, the first time we introduced this. And that hasn't borne out at all. And you've got down the side here, you've got that same stripe pattern that we see on the cap, you know, with this white, grey, light blue and red, representing the history and the future of the club. I quite like it. I think I'll actually be willingly wearing this one to the stadium. Okay, so I'm going to put that back in the box. And let's see what else we have. Fantastic. So, in a true sign of the times, you could actually pay to add on a mask to the package, and that's what I did. So, having learnt my lesson and bought some of the large-sized Swallows masks beforehand, I got a medium-sized one, and this also comes in the pack here with a mask case as well, which features Tsubakuro on this side and then his sister Tsubami on this side. I'm going to try on this mask, just make sure that the sizing is okay. Feels good, and that's a much better fit than some of the other masks that I picked up from the Swallows last year. Okay, take this off. I'm not going to do the rest of the shoot wearing that. We have this GGP. What the hell is this? Tsubakuro Gamaguchi Pochi. Oh, okay. Let's see what this is. Take it out. You know, by removing it from the box, of course, I'm reducing dramatically its resale value. Look, it's a little pouch. Like a little purse, and this unclips here. This will be very useful for carrying things around in a cute fashion. I'm a big Tsubakuro fan, you know. I could never get angry at him. even though he's probably responsible for the team's failure. Look at him, so cute. So yeah, very happy with this addition to the Tokyo Yakult Swallows Maction Planet Baseball Museum. Okay, there are a couple more things in the box. One of them itself is in a different box. My God, this is getting very meta. And this is a Utatane Tsubakuro. So, the Swallows have moved to this system where you can choose from categories of goods. And this was my choice for this year. Remember, in previous years, I've gone with the jacket, but I think, I have a lot of jackets. And this amazing thing, look at this. This is a USB powered alarm clock. And you can wake up, apparently, to the voice of various Swallows players. And it glows in the dark. Look at him. This is just possibly the single greatest item of Swallows merchandise which I own. Absolutely fantastic. I just keep looking at it. It's mesmerizing already. It feels like this sort of hypnotic effect, and I can't wait for this to be on my bedside table to greet me every morning as I rise to seize the day. Being the high quality outfit the Swallows are, they've actually included a USB cable here, but I see it still runs on micro USB, not USB-C. For those who are wondering which players are included, whose voices can you wake up to? Aoki, my favorite player, so I'm set. We've also got Yamazaki, Nakayama, and Murakami. Last but not least, we have the annual Swallows Crew Guidebook with guidance as to what you should do when attending games, and the season schedule on the back. And interestingly, of course, July and August, for big parts of those, we're not playing at Jingu because, of course, Japan still intends to hold the Olympics. And so the Swallows will not be playing at Jingu. They'll be playing at the Tokyo Dome, which is where the Giants, our arch nemesis, play. Okay, so that's that. And finally, the 2021 membership card. Exciting times, exciting stuff, general excitement all round. And there we go. Let's check it out. Interesting design. Very fancy, says Swallows Crew on it, membership number. I quite like this year's design, very classy. The class that one would expect from joining the top tier, the elite members of the Swallows Crew. Thank you all for watching. I hope this nightmare will be over soon. Not just, supporting the Swallows or the 2020 season, but the global pandemic. And all of you overseas will be able to come and visit Japan. And if that's the case, I hope we can all go to a Tokyo Yakult Swallows game together. There really is no better place to be on a Tokyo summer evening than Jingu Stadium. All the best to the Tokyo Yakult Swallows in 2021. Until next time, we continue.